Okay, so when we're doing 22b, we are going to expand. You can see, please expand this. Oh, power is not positive integers. Power already fraction. Then we have to up to fourth term. Term yang keempat maksudnya. Okay. So that is our first task. We expand. Second task, hence. So doing what we hence means using what we already expand there. We're going to answer this. We're going to answer this. How to evaluate this fourth roots of 80. Punca kuasa 4 untuk 80. Dan bagi jawapan for 4 decimal place. So we go for the first task here. So when we want to expand this expansion power not positive integers, we refer here type 2 formula, where it is not positive integers. So the beginning, the first term, the in front things here must be 1. So for our question, yes, they already simplify for us. That is 1 already. So 3 is a coefficient at the front, so like it. So in our expansion here, in our bracket here is 1 plus something. So 1 plus something. So that something is x. What you're going to expand here is x. So our n is 1 over 4. The things we want to expand here is x. So that's why I put a diamond here. The things we want to expand is x. Actually, I want to put a star, but I cannot find the symbol of star. So I put a diamond there. So the things we want to expand is here. So you can see the pattern. You'll start with 1, then n star. And then the pattern like decreasing, n minus 1. When you have two things here, we divide by 2 factorial. At the same time, the things we want to expand, it is power to 2. So the pattern continue. The pattern continue, it decrease again. n minus 1 decrease again, n minus 2. Then divide by, because 1, 2, 3, 3 things are 3 factorial. Then the x also power 3. Okay, so this is how we expand. So for this question, when you want to expand, make sure we write our title at the left hand side. Okay, the things we want to expand here, the title is 3, 1 plus x power 1 over 4. That it will be title. That were the things at left hand side. So don't make it at bottom here. So our expansion at right hand side here. Don't make the equal at the bottom there. Then we cannot see this clearly in the second part of the questions. Okay, so we continue our formula where 3 is a coefficient, so it is not involved in our expansion. So we put a bracket. We're going to expand this bracket first. Using this formula. So our formula will be 1 plus n. N is 1 over 4. And then the things we want to expand here is x. Continue our third term. So this is our first term already. This is our second term already. This is our T1, this is T2, this is our T3. How far we want to expand? We read the question, they say up to fourth term. So we will expand until the fourth term, then we will stop. So we do for third term, it will be n minus 1 divided by 2 factorial. The things we want to expand is x. So x squared. So continue our fourth term, n minus 1 minus 2 divide 3 factorial x power 3. So enough. Don't show anymore. It just show ... means at the back here still have. Actually, it still have. It can n minus 1 minus 2 minus 3, 4 factorial power 4, then power 5, power 6. So the expansion will be non-stop. So it depends on question how far we want to present it out. The question said fourth term, then fourth 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Okay, so this is our expansion where our 3 is a coefficient. All right. Then we're going to simplify our expansion first. What is this? So this is 1. So 1 is still 1. This is 1 over 4x. So I have to press calculator for this. This value, you can see value 1 over 4, 1 over 4 minus 1, 2 factorial. This is 1. Sometimes we have 2x here, so we have put 2 square. So here is 1 square. So 1 square doesn't be any effect. to this answer, it will give you negative 3 over 32x squared. Okay, so press again for this part. Then you get 7128 x cubed dot dot dot. So finally, then only we expand our coefficient 3 here. 3 we're going to expand in our expansion. Okay, kita masukkan nombor 3 kat luar tu supaya expansion kita lengkap. So you 3 over 4x, 9, 32x squared, and then 21, 128 x cubed. Okay, so this is how we expand fully. So what's the concept here? Yeah, you see what's the concept here? Concept here is first you must write our formula correctly. This is our basic. How we use the formula means we're going to see is it you go using your n correctly and your expansion correctly. Our expansion here is x. Our expansion item here is x. This is the x we want to expand. So is it using n x correctly? So this is our basic, and how we simplify, how we press our calculator to get the coefficient, to get this value, that will be our concept, and finally expand it, simplify it, expand it fully. Okay, so we continue. We continue for part 2. Part 2. Hence means we need to use this expansion, what we already expand here, to find out this, to get this fourth root of 80. This is what we need to achieve by using this expansion. So before we substitute value, and then it doesn't give us any x value, so we need to do our x value by ourselves. We need to compare it by ourselves. So how we going to compare it? Before that, we have to refer our validity first. Okay, so after expansion, we see our validity. Our validity will be modulus of the x less than 1. Modulus of the things, the concept is modulus of the things less than 1. What we expand here? What we expand here must be less than 1. So this is our chapter 2 concept, modulus and equalities. How we simplify it? When we open the modulus, this is less than, this is simple x, right? So our x value will be between 1, negative 1 and 1. So later on, when you want to use our x value, make sure it is in validity. We cannot use the value beyond the validity, outside the range of the validity. Okay, so now we can compare. We'll find out what's the suitable x value to substitute here in order for us to get 80. Okay, so what can we see here? You can see here, so you can see here this is 1 power 1 over 4. Actually, power 1 over 4 is same with the meaning of roots 4. Okay, so we can try to compare this. We're going to try to compare this. So we'll compare our fraction roots 4 of 80. Is it equals to 3? Then in the bracket 1 plus x power 1 over 4. So we want to find out what's the x here. So from here we can see, okay, how we put back our 3. How we put back our 3 here. Because this 3 is not in the power, how we put back our 3 means we have to power 4. Power 4. So when we power 4, we put in the bracket, it will become 81 plus 81x. Then we can equal. So from here we can equal, you can see they are same already. They are same all in the roots 4 already. They are same, they are in the roots 4 already. So we can compare inside. So this value of 80 is getting 81 plus 81x. So when I minus, it will become negative 181x. So our x value will be negative 1 over 81. So we can notice that this value valid. Yes, this value is in between negative 1 and 1. So this value can be used in our expansion later on. Okay, I repeat here, I repeat here, I repeat for this part. How we put back this 3 into fourth root. How we put back, how we know this is 81, you can see. Okay, so what things? Power 1 over 4 equals to 3. Because when you take out, what is the numbers? Power 1 over 4 is equals to 3. So that number should be equals to 3 to the power of 4. So that number will be 81. So inside the bracket here, it should be 81. So 81 power of 1 over 4. So therefore, they already simplify outside equals to 3 here. So that's why when I put back the number 3 here into under cert 4, under square root of 4, fourth root of this bracket, it is number 81. So I get 81 times 1, 81 times x, 81x. So after we get it back, put back into the bracket, then we can compare because both of them is 1 over 4. So we can compare the inside to find out the x. So this is the x that is valid. Sometimes you might get the x is not valid, So if, let's say, you said, Miss, I want to compare this only. I don't want to compare the 3 can or not. So if you compare 1 plus x to uh, 4 roots of 80, okay, like this, 4 roots of 80. You want to compare like this, can or not? So we can see 1 plus x is equals to 80. So x is equals to 79. Because, so you can see your x. Is it valid? Is it valid? So your x is not valid. When your x is not valid, means this comparison is wrong. You are using the x that is not valid. So the whole expansion cannot be working. The expansion can be working only the value of x in between negative 1 and 1. So that's why we need to change another way to compare. Maybe we take the whole part. So when you take the whole part, it is an idea. We have to put back the 3 under the fourth roots, under the roots, under the boom boom fourth roots. Sorry, this is 4. Have to write it clearly. This is 4 roots, 4 roots. Then only you can compare 4 roots of 80, 4 root of 80. So you can compare inside. So after we compare inside here, then we can get the value of x that is correctly. So from here, it is very important that you know how to compare and then to get the value of x which is valid before we start to find out what's the value in 4 decimal. Okay, so we continue, yeah? We have to, this haven't end yet. We are not finding x, we are finding what is this value. What is this value in our expansion, using the expansion here. So once we get our x here, we will substitute. So now is what we can do here. Our next step is we use this x value to substitute into our expansion. For left hand side and right hand side, that's why I asked you to write your title of expansion clearly. What is your right hand side? What is your left hand side? So this is my right hand side. This is the x I'm going to substitute. This is the x I'm going to substitute. So I substitute my x, it become negative already. So for the left hand side, I have to substitute in the expansion here. So x is negative 1 over 28, 1 over 81. Continue. (81 square) and negative 1 over 81 cube dot dot dot. Okay, so this is our expansion. Okay, so start from here. After we finish substitute, must substitute left hand side and right hand side. Okay. For the left hand side part, we're going to calculate manually. So 1 minus to achieve back, to reach back the pattern of fourth root of 80. For the right hand side, we are going to give in decimal. Okay, we're going to give in decimal. Of course, we will rounding it for the last step. So from here, 1 minus 1 over 81, what do you get here? So you will get here roots 4, above is 80, below is 81. And what is the decimal here? Okay, so for the right hand side, we press calculator shoot right away, straight. Just tekan saja. So no problem. We haven't do the final answer yet because our answer is finding fourth roots of 80, right? So haven't do the final answer. We have to give more decimal. The question asked here is 4 decimal place, so I have to give more because I haven't reached to the final answer. Because my part here haven't get fourth roots of 80. I just get fourth root of 80 over 81. So from here, I still need to do some working. So for left hand side, we always do in one by one. So 3 times, we separate it, fourth root 80 over fourth root 81. Okay, we separate the fourth root. So I don't have enough space here. Okay, I never mind, put here. So when I get fourth root 81, I notice that I can simplify these three. Right, this is fourth root 81. I can simplify when I press calculator. So now I managed to reach to my questions fourth root 80. So when I managed to reach it step by step at the left hand side here, reach until the question 1. So for the right hand side, we can straight do the rounding. We do the rounding according to the question. Question said 4 decimal place. So 4 decimal place, 2.990, so is 6, means after this is 9, so I have to round in becomes 7, 4 decimal place. So means here, bila kita substitute nilai, mesti substitute kiri kanan. So itunya sebab expansion kita kena tulis dengan jelas, kiri kanan dia apa. Kemudian bahagian kanan ni boleh tekan calculator terus. Selagi tak sampai jawapan, kita bagi decimal lebih. Untuk bahagian kiri ni kan kena operasi satu persatu supaya jumpa balik. Supaya kita jumpa balik apa yang soalan minta kat sini. Fourth root of 80. So bila dah jumpa, maka belah kanan sini kita boleh terus buat rounding. Okay. So what we need the concept here, the first one is substitute the value, substitute into expansion, both sides. So this method is going to see you substitute left hand side and you substitute right hand side. Left, right. Then how you going to simplify to get our final answer fourth root of 80. So actually you can check your working. Is it correct or not? You straight away press your calculator fourth root of 80. Okay? You press your calculator straight away fourth root of 80. In your calculator, they will give you 2.00, something near to this value. Something near to this value. So that calculator is directly calculate. But for this topic, we are using expansion. We are using expansion to calculate. So that is the difference. Okay? So you can check your calculator. You press this directly to get this answer. But in working, we still need to express it out, present it out. We are getting this value by using expansion. This is how we use the expansion to find our value of 4 roots of 80. Let me clear here. So I can potong ni sebab 4 root of 81 adalah 4 root of 81 adalah 3. 4 root of 81 adalah 3. So darab 3 bahagi 3 saya potong lah. Simplify dah.